right, Miles, let's get to a Chicago Bears story that, you and I had talked about a few days ago, but it kind of been buried underneath some other news. But it's one of the cooler, more interesting stories about the Bears and their future. And I know you've got the details on that. But Bears fans, before we go into the details of that story, we want to hear from you guys in the comment section below. Look, the Bears have a lot of options, a lot of directions that could go this offseason. Give us in the comment section below one move you think the Chicago Bears absolutely have to make this offseason. And while you're down there in the comment section, make sure you hit the subscribe button. That way, all of our Bears content gets sent right to you whenever we publish it. And we do a lot of Bears content. And make sure while you're watching the video to stick around to the very end to hear from our partner, Mint Mobile. All right, Miles, now that I'm through all that, give us the latest out of Chicago.
Yeah, Nick. So obviously the big news last week was the Bears hiring of new, front office president, CEO Kevin Warren for the Chicago Bears. He's going to be in charge of a lot of stuff this season, but most notably, Nick, when he walked into the facility this week, he went to the strength and conditioning room, and he was met by a familiar face. And you would think, Mize, this is a college guy. How was he met with a familiar face? Well, Nick, NFL players did play in college. We all know that. And specifically, Justin Fields played in the Big Ten, where Kevin Warren was in charge of at the time. And they had some run-ins, some passing on, specifically in 2020 about the COVID rules and stuff like that. Fields started a petition to play and get things going. But that's not the main story here, Nick. But they're familiar with each other, and Warren had some very nice things to say about Fields in his press conference. And this is what he said, okay? He said, "I have the greatest amount of respect for Justin because I know he's going to do everything he can possibly with the talent that he has to be a leader." He said he wants to win championships. And also, George McCaskey said some other really nice things about Fields as well, saying, "I'm not a football evaluator, but what I saw I liked was his leadership, his toughness, his work ethic. His teammates love him. He wants to win. He wants to be great, and he wants to bring a championship to Chicago." So that's it twice, Nick. Championship to Chicago, and I think that is the new theme around the front office and the locker room with all of these moves, is that everybody wants to bring another championship to Chicago. So Bears fans have to be fired up about this, Nick. What do you think about this latest story?
So I think it's one of the more interesting things in this entire offseason. You noted that Fields and Warren obviously butted heads, and now Fields essentially works for Warren now that Warren's the CEO of the entire team, of the entire organization. And the thing here that is really interesting to me is that Warren, I think, after everything that happened in 2020, has an unbelievable amount of respect for Fields. Because remember, Fields could have obviously decided not to play. Hey, I don't want to play that year. I'll sit it out. I'm going to be a top 5, top 10 draft pick anyway. I don't have to play. Fields wanted to play. He drove the petition. He wanted to get on the football field, wanted a chance to win a championship. And at that time, Warren and Fields obviously were not aligned towards the same goals. Now that they are, it seems like Warren is really happy, really excited because he doesn't want anybody but Justin Fields, because Fields is willing to do whatever it takes to win and whatever it takes to compete. And that's what you want in your leader, specifically at the quarterback position. You want that at every position, but the fact that your quarterback is absolutely outstanding. And the fact of the matter remains, Miles, the city of Chicago loves competitive superstars. Obviously, Michael Jordan's the biggest example of it, but they've had a lot of them throughout the years. I think Warren is starting to recognize that Fields has that kind of potential. Don't be surprised, Miles, if you start seeing Warren, McCaskey, and the overarching leadership at Chicago really pump and really hype Justin Fields and trying to get him out there more than he even has been before. Because I think something special may be brewing behind this kid in Chicago.
Yeah, Nick, I totally think it is. And I think that everybody has the faith. I think they're willing to spend the dollars to get Fields the resources he needs. I think, the going after the new stadium, all these types of things. I think the goal here in Chicago is to build a top tier organization, both inside and out, when it comes to the stadium, when it comes to the front office, and when it comes to the team and the weapons on the offense and defensive side of the ball. And they've already got such a great start, Nick. You look at Fields, looks great. They have some really great young offensive linemen. They have some great pass catchers in Cole Kmet, Equanimeous St. Brown, not so bad. And then you look at Sanborn. Sanborn looks like a really, really nice young linebacker rookie this year. He's really kind of put on a show, and I think Chicago fans like him a lot. And then finally, Nick, my personal favorite part of this Bears team is having Jackson and Brisker as the safeties at the back end. This is a really nice back end of a secondary. So there's a lot of good pieces to work on, and I am excited to see all of the upgrades everywhere around the organization to bring this championship back to Chicago.
Do you think this puts a lot of pressure on Eberflus and that coaching staff? Because it's obvious Warren has a lot of respect for Fields, and everyone recognizes Fields' competitiveness and his leadership. And you alluded to it; they have some nice young players and a lot of cap space, right? Do you think Warren and all the guys, McCaskey at the top, are going to Eberflus like, "Hey, man, we're going to start winning a lot more than 3 games because we're going to write big checks to help that young quarterback out this offseason. You and Getsy need to step it up on your end." Do you think pressure is starting to go around that coaching staff and you really need to step up and really make big strides next season?
Yeah, not like win a championship tomorrow, but I think the pressure
Like a
is
Lions
there.
thing, right? Like a Lions thing, right? Win 8, 9 games, be
7,
competitive.
8, 9 games, somewhere around there. Be in the hunt for a playoff game at the end of the season. Don't be completely out of things. I think there is 100% in that realm of stuff. You know, if you get the first round draft pick again, I do think that Eberflus is probably going to walk because that comes unacceptable. But I think, getting that, close to 500 range, being in the playoff hunt, that is the goal for next season. And then the next season after that is definitely to make the playoffs. So I do think that Lions rebuild growth is like probably the archetype that they're looking as far as levels of success.
Playoff season is here. We all know the only thing that matters this time of year is being clutch. And nothing is more clutch than having a wireless carrier built on the nation's largest 5G network. I'm talking about Mint Mobile, who we're partnering with for today's video.
That's right, Nick. Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for as low as $15 a month, and you don't have to sacrifice any coverage, speed, or data. Mint Mobile offers unlimited nationwide talk and text, plus lightning-fast 5G and free mobile hotspot. They keep costs low because they sell direct to you online. They cut out the retail stores and the salespeople. Why should you pay more than you have to for access to the same network?
Use our link in the description to get premium wireless starting at $15 a month, only $15 a month using mintmobile.com/Saturday. Stop paying more than you need to on your wireless bill and start saving big with Mint Mobile.